Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is December 20th, and it's Tuesday, and last week here before we get to the Christmas holiday. And the markets here, if you remember from last week what we were looking at a situation where we had broken down below a balance area. And we said either down to the next balance area or we go back out in the top side and head back to 1300s. Well, you can see what happened last week. We did break down on Tuesday after the FOMC announcement. We've come down into this area and rallied, retested that area. The 23s is kind of like a change of polarity. Yesterday we did finally break down and get all the way down to my 96 level. And then this morning you can see where we're at. We're gapping actually higher now by 12 points. Creating somewhat what's going to be interesting today is what I want to see here is if we have a failure to go lower in this little bitty balance area, because we could take something like this, all right, and the last 4 days we had been auctioning between like 1200 1202, because if you looked at yesterday's lows or Sunday nights before we started to trade, 1202 was the low, and then it had rallied. We opened up around the 18 level to 20 level. But as the day went on, we went lower, and we actually went through those levels. So what this is looking like to me is somewhat of a probe failure of this last balance area, and only time will tell, obviously. But today, 1205s, yesterday we saw that node being built out, really huge, and there's a lot of volume that was going off. So in the accumulation phase, and they probably sold it off a little bit further to get some a little bit at a discount. And now this morning we're gapping up way up over those areas. So the game plan would be is to look to see if we can't auction back to the 20 level here, and then see if we can pull ourselves back into the last balance area. All right. So today will be crucial from the standpoint that the last 4 days of balance here between these 22s and these 1202s, we hold inside of this and start to work our way back on the top side of 1222s and start going back up this way here. If this is going to be a failure to the downside with no follow through, we want to see some structure built between these areas. And of course, yesterday's low is a main focal point here for us. Looks like 1295. That if we start to get below that, then we're really going to start opening up the door probably for more downside, even into this gap fill here. Technical gap all the way back down to where this was that Friday after Thanksgiving. Low volume, not a lot of people around. Gap up the next morning, and we continue to do the same thing. We've got some nice structure being built here. This was really nice, and then we broke down below it for 4 days. Tried to go lower yesterday, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can just pull up our bootstraps for the rest of the week. Santa Claus, if he's going to show up, a rally, maybe push his midpoint back into this level here somewhere where that point of control is. What is that, 1241? So somewhere around 1241. So you're looking at about a 45 point rally back to the midpoint of that. So the way that we're opening this morning, it's too late to be short here thinking. I know that the last few mornings we've sold off, but things have kind of changed because of the structure of what has happened yesterday and the overnight. Let me grab the 30-minute chart and we'll take a look at it. Get the composite here of what's going on so far. Here's yesterday's highs, 1975. Here's the lows. You can see the volume structure that's being built out here, and you can see the node. Just look at the histogram on the right-hand side and visually envision what that looks like. All right. It's like if we come back down to that level, what are we doing? We're buying. If it doesn't hold, then we come back and we fill into this. We're trading volume nodes, really, is what we're doing. Okay. They act as anchor points, if you will. So this one is a big one. You can see actually how long we balanced in there after the close yesterday, right straight back up. So that's why I'm in the camp of this was accumulation yesterday in this area, and they're going to continue to push this market higher. So I want to get on a pullback, hopefully into this area. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be a gift. And you can see where we would go back up to yesterday, this 17-18 area where we have some open high volume areas for that. Because remember, this is a P formation that was failed yesterday on the 30-minute time frame. Here's your P. Whoops, here's your P formation, and this is your leg up here. Grab another arrow. This is your leg up, so this is your vertical development. You can see your P formation. Let me try that one more time here. There it is. You can see the letter P. See the letter P? So this was a failed P formation, stage 3, so it went back into inbound state vertical 4 back down. So when we start getting back into this area here, you're going to run into resting supply. So the bottom of that is roughly, what is it, 15, 16 area here? Yeah, 15. So 15's to 19 area. There's going to be resting supply in there. Of course, this would be the bigger one, 1775, 18 area, and the market's making new highs right now as I'm speaking. So, it looks like it's on its way up to that area. And again, keep in mind, the structure that we have here. Look at the histogram. Look at where the volume's going off. Ask yourself the question: are they buying down here? Are they selling down here? Price is obviously higher, so they must have been accumulating down in that area yesterday. Hard to think they were selling after 4 days of being down, because it was acting a lot like it was trying to accumulate, especially with the internals yesterday late in the day. Okay, folks, have a good trading day. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the room.